Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast. Another week gone by. You know, you're getting older. You're getting weaker in the bones. Coronavirus still rampant in the streets. Protests are now everywhere. You know, we got protests against protests. And what I've noticed, I drove out to one and I checked it out, like that church where everybody decided to rip down the fence. And then as soon as that was done, everybody's like, yeah, you know what? Let's put it back together. That's hilarious. That's Canadian protesting right there for you. They go out to the church, rip the fence down, right? And then moments after, they're like, well, fuck, we got nothing better to do. And it's a little chilly out. I'd like to get moving again. Let's build the fence back up again. Maybe we'll tear it down in another half hour, 45 minutes or so. Does that sound good? Everybody on board for that? Okay, right on. And then we'll scream about freedom. We'll scream about freedom here. We had, you know, there's a war out there, and it's happening. You know, things are fucking spiraling out of control. You know, with the prince, the queen's cousin that she married, he died. DMX passed away. You know, coronavirus is out in the streets. Fucking taxes are just bending you over every day. And it's a war out there. But there's a bigger war happening, gentlemen. There's a bigger war happening inside your own house, you know. And it's been happening for years and years and years. Those married men, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know, it started many years ago. Some of you, it all depends on the timeline for you. But it started out, you were living in your house. You were maybe you bought a house. Maybe you had a few guys move in. You had a few roommates, right? Life was good, you know. You had your favorite fucking Rambo poster up in the living room, you know. You didn't really worry about vacuuming. There wasn't sense that you know, you didn't go to fucking Bed Bath and Beyond and smell candles with your buddies. No, you sat there in your own filth, and it was glorious. You had a great time, and then down the road, you know, you met a girl. Hey, you're at the bar one night. You're shooting some pool. You look over your shoulder. There she is, leaned up against the bar, absolutely hammered, half a titty hanging out. And you think to yourself, now that's something I can see myself in. And then that happens. And it just, you know, over time, maybe it started with a right swipe. And you went out for a few drinks. Next thing you know, you had yourself a one-night stand. Now you got a 3-year-old. 8 years later, you got a 3-year-old, right? And here you are. But you started out with a house, right? 3 buddies, 3 roommates, whatever it may be. And you guys had a blast. You'd do stupid shit like football Sundays. Everybody meet in the basement. You bring an hors d'oeuvre, bring a snack, a bag of potato chips. We're going to lay on the couch all fucking day, 3 bros in our own filth, own sweat, own stench, and have the time of our life. The decor around the house was very simple. Every guy on this planet, I'm going to elaborate very deep on this now. Every guy on this planet, every dude on this planet has used liquor bottles as decor. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. When and where is all up to you. But you, at some point, maybe it was the first Texas Mickey that you crushed in the house. You had that bitch on display. Like me and the boys took that down. Or it was, you know, maybe it was a special bottle of liquor that night. Maybe it was the first bottle of booze consumed in the new pad, right? You put that fucker on display, usually on top of the cupboards, right? There's always like that little, depending, I guess it all depends where you're at. There's certain little areas in the house that just were designed for you as a dude to put your empty bottles of liquor on there. And we put them up with pride. We put them up on display like it's like you're a hunter, right? And you shot yourself one of the biggest bucks you've ever fucking put an arrow in, ever put a bullet in. And you know, like you put that right above the fireplace, the old mantle trophy buck above the fireplace. That's a bottle of liquor to a dude, you know what I mean? You put that in the most seen area of the house, because that bottle of liquor right there was shared with some great men, and you made some great memories, which is why that bottle sits on that shelf today collecting dust. And you look at it and it makes you smile, right? Deep down, it makes you smile because you woke up in the morning, you walk by and be like, you look at that bottle of liquor and you think to yourself on a Tuesday morning, Friday's right around the corner and I'm going to have some more memories like I had while dummying that bottle of liquor with my best buds. Fast forward 3, 4, 5 years, you got yourself a woman. She's staying over a little more. And she's planting little bombs, you know? She's like ISIS. There's little fucking bombs planted all over. And those bombs are like, I'm letting you have a toothbrush in the cup, you know? Oh, yeah, now she's got makeup remover underneath the fucking sink. There's tampons underneath the sink now. What's happening here? Things are sliding out of control. You're losing your own house, you know? One roommate moved out because he can't really stand her. Thinks she's a bitch, right? Those two bump heads. So she makes it rather difficult for him by using you, right? She's slowly taking down little pieces of memorabilia. You know, the Biggie poster that you had? Somehow that got rolled up and put in the closet. And there's a picture of some obscure painting that she picked up from Winners for $30 fucking that has something stupid that says like, family is everything. Or some dumb quote that she read on Pinterest. And she's like, that'll be great. That'd be great in the living room. That'd be great. And then it slowly builds, you know. You and your bros used to be very, very you got along. You made shit work. Dudes just make shit work. We're like, hey, we don't like doing dishes, so you bought paper plates. She's like, well, we need some sort of dinnerware in here. Jesus, you guys don't even have pots and pans. What do? We order pizza. We order pizza like men. We get Chinese food on Tuesdays and over order so that way we have leftovers to take us right into Friday. And Friday's payday, so that I use payday to grab me a footlong from Subway. Look, we have a schedule, a regiment around here, okay? And right now she's fucking that up. And then she brings a crock pot in there. She brought a crock pot, making some sort of fancy bean soup that nobody wants to fucking eat. And your roommate's looking at you like, it's happening. I got to get the fuck out of here. The scent of lavender is like tear gas all of a sudden. You know, before you guys used to sit there in your own fecal matter because you're ripping farts all Sunday long because you're too damn hungover. You got whiskey shits. It smells like just stale sweat and like that liquor, that, you know, that scent of liquor when it just seeps through your pores and you smell like a brewery. That was your stench in the basement, all over the house. You haven't scrubbed the toilet in about 9 months. You know, like that. There's like that nice golden ring around. It just looks like hell in there. And you can live in that. And then slowly, like I said, the toothbrush goes in the cup in your bathroom. Maybe you're the guy with the ensuite. That's bad news. That's game over. She looks at that as like, that's the first territory we got to take over. I got to make mine, you know. And if I can get my fingertips in there, the rest of the house is just a slow playing game. You know what I mean? And the last thing to go is always the liquor bottles. The liquor bottles you used as decor. It used to sit in a nice, dusty corner in the room. And you, like I said earlier, you'd look at that thing with pride and joy. Me and my 4 best lads sat there outside in the backyard around the fire and absolutely went to town on this 40-pounder of fucking Royal Reserve. That's right, the cheap shit. It's never a bottle of expensive liquor that you put up there. Never. You would be just a pretentious bastard if you think you're a dude and you put up some, I don't even know expensive liquor, and I don't want to know expensive liquor. It's always a 40-pounder of Royal Reserve, some cheap whiskey that you and your buddies threw $40 together. Yeah, head down to the store, grab whatever you can with this. Remember, quantity over quality. The more, the merrier. We're playing by these rules right now. You know, that's a young man's game. And then when the woman starts getting in there, the last thing to go is the liquor bottle decor. And that's when you know the war has been lost. That's when you know that now there's like fancy blankets hanging over the top of the couch, right? There's plants that you don't even know the name to them, right? Sitting in the corner. Oh, I seen it on Pinterest. And then it just slowly, because you as a dude, you're easy going. You're easy going. Not too much bothers you. And you know what? You're looking at the place and you're like, yeah, you know what? She cleans and does all this shit. Might as well. But little did you know that that was a tactic to get your fucking, just get the talons sunk in. And she was pecking at you piece by piece and ripping you fucking apart right till you were down to your bare bones. And here you are, just a shell of yourself, looking at the place that used to be the Pussy Palace. And now you're just a pussy in the palace. You know, every fucking, oh, you didn't take the garbage out before you went to work yesterday. And you're like, Jesus Christ, we used to let the garbage just stack till we fucking had to swim through it just to get to the goddamn refrigerator. And hope to God that there was like a mixed match of beers from the party from last night so I can try and knock back this hangover. We used to watch hockey till highlights till 4 a.m, absolutely blackout. We watched the same highlights 3 times. That's a dude move right there too. You just sit there, you don't want to watch the news or some dumb movie, so you watch the same sports highlights 3 times over, 3 hours of your life, and you just sit there shooting the shit, and then you get the dumb wobble, and you're staring off into, just 1,000 yards past your buddy's fucking ears, and you just like, you two are just sitting there nodding. Like, you're not even talking at this point anymore. You're just babbling. You're just babbling. None of it makes any sense, but you understand that as a dude. And the household starts like slowly losing out of your control. And you know what's really, really gone is when that liquor bottle gets taken down from the top of that shelf and it gets thrown in the recycling. And you look at that like it's the old memory that it needs to be. And that's a tough thing for a guy to fucking really grab a hold onto, you know? It's a tough thing. It's a tough moment. It's really, the best way to describe it is, it would be like when you're first moving out of your parents' house, you know? When you first move out of your parents' house, you know, your mom and dad has been riding your ass for years. They were looking at you like, get the fuck out of my house. And then that time comes and they're just kind of like, oh, this is weird. The first dinner that they have without you, you know, that's that feeling of watching that bottle get taken off the shelf. And there's the perfect, it hasn't been moved in 4 years, and there's a perfect ring of dust of where that thing sits. And it's just dust that's collected for years and years and years. And you just look at this thing and replay some of the memories that were had that night. And you got to lay them to rest because, God forbid, you got to put up some fucking stupid arts and crafts piece of shit fucking thing she picked up at a farmer's market. You know what I mean? One of those like tiny wagon wheels that has a little stand, and there's like, it's wine o'clock somewhere, you know, something like that. And you just think to yourself like, fuck me. This is what downhill feels like. And you know what? I live by myself, and I've watched this happen, right? I live by myself for that reason. I may not have the liquor bottles on top of the cupboard anymore because I am a grown man. But I did. I'll tell you that right now. Before quarantine, I did a deep scrub of the house, and let me tell you, that fucker was fucking dusty. And as soon as we went into quarantine, I started cleaning the place, right? And I remember Right when I got my condo, one of my buddies came, stayed the night. We killed a bottle of Royal Reserve, and that fucker sat on top of my goddamn cupboards for 5 years. 5 years. And just this year, out of my own doing, and I know I'm talking shit about women coming into your little humble abode and slowly picking apart, and the liquor bottle being last to go. But I just looked at that thing and I just said, you know what? It's time to let go. It's time to let go. It was a good memory we had killing that first bottle of booze in this place. It was great. I had a lovely time doing it. But it's just time for me to let this little piece of that, it's just an artifact of my life at this point. That's going to be recycled for 40 cents. But you watch it. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to my roommates from back in the day. 8 years ago, I moved into a place, it's a bro house all day, every day. 4 guys in one house, and they're all hockey players, all golf players. And when I say hockey players, I'm talking beer league players. There's parties every weekend. We're out here and we're giving her and we're living her. That's the type of guys that are in that house. And then there was one girlfriend. And then one guy leaves. Another girlfriend comes into play. Another guy leaves. And then there's down to 2, and the last guy gets a girlfriend, the owner of the house, right? Things start changing. Pictures go missing, Instead of sports memorabilia being pasted on the walls, it's now family photos or pictures of dogs, There's more and more plants being brought in every week, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I like this. I like the jungle outside. Let's not bring it in here. Time for a little ad read. If you use the code podcast69 at dangercatshop.com, you can get 15% off your order today. That's right, a little deal on some DC69 merch. And right now we got a little promotion as well going on, that if you buy any item on the store, you get an item for free. So it's a buy one, get one free offer for, I believe, just another week now. So if you're looking to get some Danger Cats merch and double down on something, now's the time to grip a little something. The Danger Dungs. The Danger Dungs. All right. You want to be a piss tank and get an extra, the Danger Cat piss tank. I should elaborate a little more. And join one of the tiers of our Patreon and get an extra episode of the Uncle Hack podcast every week. Perfect. Well, you can go to patreon.com/dangercat69, get an extra episode of the Uncle Hack podcast every week. Every week, we release an episode on the Patreon the same time, same day as this episode is being when this episode is released. So waiting for you on the Patreon is another episode and previous episodes of the Uncle Hack podcast. Plus, you can get this episode 48 hours earlier. So you'll get this Tuesday at 3 o'clock rather than Thursday at 3 o'clock. That sounds not so bad. So you get 2 podcasts a week, baby. Not a bad deal. It's super cheap. $3.69, I believe, a month on the Patreon. And you can support your boy. You can support your boy through this pandemic. All for talking about the things that you go through. Making you feel empowered again. We're in dude empowerment mode. And it's all on the Patreon for $3.69 a month. And you get titties. I forgot to mention that. You get titties. Back to the episode. And there's a reason why you don't stand up to this type of behavior. You kind of let her fucking do her own thing, right? The whole happy wife, happy life. And then you slowly start to realize in the beginning, it's all, happy wife, happy life. And then 4 years of said life has passed by, and you realize that the bitch is never happy. And you were happy living in that house. You think about those memories quite often, living in that house with a few roommates, or however many it is. I know I'm describing some memories are flooding in for a lot of the listeners right now. They're piling in one by one by one. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember living with Jerry. Jerry was such a fucking wicked guy. We always had the best times. We'd fucking start drinking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday, absolutely torched in the backyard, just sitting in the backyard. Half the time we weren't even talking. We just, he just knew. He looked over and he'd give me a nod, and that usually meant, do I want another beer? And I'd just say, yeah. You'd throw one, and you'd sit there, and you just kind of fucking look around, maybe play on your phone, and you'd drink until you both were absolutely smashed at 6 o'clock. Hey, should we shower and head to the pub for a bite to eat? And the bite to eat is always like 8 chicken wings and 9,000 whiskeys. That's about the time. Hey, want to go to the pub? That's the time when he's asked basically, "What do you want to switch to hard liquor?" We've been drinking beer for fucking 5 hours now. 4 or 5 hours. You want to switch to liquor? Let's run inside, shower, and then we're going to head to the pub and get absolutely torched. That was his way of asking you, do you want to switch to hard liquor? And and those memories right now are sitting with you. You're feeling good. You're feeling warm. And then you come back to the present to know that you got to go home to that fucking house that was once yours that you ruled. You had all sorts of cool shit in there, you know? To her, it wasn't cool. She'd be like, why the hell would you want to put a Lego set that you built of the Star Wars? I don't know any of the Star Wars things, but you built the Star Wars fucking... Yeah, we were hammered and went to Walmart, bought that, and built it all when we were just fucking pinned. And that's the funny behind it. None of us watched Star Wars. We're like, fucking, we were drunk. We wanted to build Lego. We wanted to feel like children again. Oh, well, why would you want to do that? Yeah, why would I want to have fun? Right? Why am I not just a miserable Sal like you? You old bag of fucking... Yeah, well, guess what? You know, times are changing there, miss. Your tits used to sit a little higher, and now they're dragging on the floor. And I'm a little more miserable than when I first fucking met you. Because I realized that my life was just chiseled the way of me losing shit, you know? I think somebody has a bit about that, about marbles. You have like your manhood is over here, and I think it was Rogan. I'm not going to attempt it, but he's 100% right. You know, you start losing the house, then you have kids, then you're really losing the house. Now you got little areas, you know, you're granted little areas in the place, you know. It might be the little bar downstairs. You might get the basement. Hey, isn't that funny? The house that you bought right out of school, maybe a lot of you guys are blue collar dudes, and I know that you came out and maybe you got a good job right out of high school, right? You didn't go straight to college. A lot of you went to apprentice for, I don't know, some sort of trade, and you started making good money out of the gate, right? So in 3-4 years' time, some of you bought houses. And that house used to be fucking awesome. And then, like I said, it slowly slipped out of your control. Now you are given a small area of the house that you bought. You got to go sit in the fucking garage, even though, before, it used to be your whole roost. Now you're pushed outside. You got to trek through the fucking snow in the winter because your beer fridge is out in the goddamn garage. Oh, it's a sad thing. It's a sad, slippery slope that you go down, fellas. It is. These females are like fucking ISIS. They just infiltrate your little area. You know, there's that little area. The earth is a big place, isn't it? It's a massive fucking place. And you saved up all your little worthless money this made up currency you worked your ass off for to purchase this house to call yours, right? This place was yours. You let a few buds move in, help pay with the fucking mortgage. They chiseled away with you. You grinded it out. You didn't rip them off. Hey, $300 for a room. What do you say? We all move in and have ourselves a good time for the next 3 years. We'll make her a party shack. Every Friday, fucking Saturday, she's go time. And we're going to have a lovely time while doing it. 2 years of your life, you know? Monday to Friday. You're like, fuck, I just can't wait till Friday when all the boys get together. We're going to have ourselves a grand old time. We're going to go out to the Tina's for a little dance and a drink. Then we're going to mosey on over to the dance floor. And I'm going to show them how these boots get to moving. I'm going to try and get myself a little nussy, a little piece of pussy for the evening. I just want to rent it for the evening. A few drinks, a few cocktails. What do you say you come back? We'll put our mouths on each other's fucking genitalia, stick our tongues where they shouldn't go, because we've had a few too many cocktails, and then it just turns out that she stayed that night, and you're like hanging out in the morning, you're bullshitting, she's really funny because you both got the hangover hornies, plus a little dash of the fucking, you know, the Sunday funnies. You know, everything's a little like, you're giggling, you're having a good time, you're like, and you also got laid, so like that makes you just feel like the man of the hour. You know, when you come busted out of your bedroom with the roommates there, and you get to like, you know, do that old McGregor kind of stride where he's like flailing his arms. That's how you feel inside. You don't want to do it because it's too cocky and it makes her feel like a little worthless, and you're better than that, right? You're better than that. But you want to parade around your little trophy that you took around. Eh? Like, hey, come, what do you say? You want to go for breakfast? You want to go for breakfast? You don't care how ugly she looks in the morning. You're like, fuck yeah, I took that down, boys. I took that down. Daddy stuck his little willy in that side, in that little fucking, I don't know, I got nothing to describe. I'm trying to riff off the top here. Into that little fucking gash. That's what a word to call a woman, eh? A gash over there. Yeah, shoved my little willy inside that gash. What a degrading term. But you were stoked about it. You paraded around the house. You let everybody know who got some sniz. Who has 2 thumbs and got some sniz right here, boys? Take a good gander. Dr. Pussy Pounders in the fucking house. You like that, boys? I'm taking her for breakfast. We're going to IHOP. You fucking losers want to come or what? And they're like, yeah, fuck. I go for IHOP. What time is it? 11 o'clock. Oh, perfect. They're serving liquor there. Right on. I'm in. I'm getting a mimosa. I'm getting a few mimosas, and then the Sunday fun day occurs. She sticks around. You're like, hey, you got to go home? What are you doing today? Oh, not much. Oh, yeah, you want to hang out? I think we're going to play some beer darts in the backyard. Well, you know, I probably should go home. My friends are probably wondering. Well, tell them to come. And she's like, yeah? I'm like, yeah, tell them. Yeah. Like, I'm saying this story like this actually happened. It didn't happen to me. But you tell her to invite her friends come over, and now you're mingling. Yeah, oh, yeah, everybody's getting along. Hey, fuck, you should give me your number. We should do this again sometime. Oh, okay. Then, yeah, that's what happens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months later, toothbrush in the fucking cup. There it is. Oh, you're like, ooh. All right, okay. Yeah. You look at that. You paused. You stared at it. The first time you seen it, you stopped and stared at it for a moment, right? You stopped and stared at that toothbrush, and you thought to yourself, ooh, shit. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. That's kind of bothering me. Oh, boy. How do I bring this up ever so slightly and be like, yeah. Oh, is that your toothbrush? And she's like, yeah. Well, you know, I've slept over 3 times this week, so I thought I'd just, like, bring a toothbrush. Oh, okay. It's going home with you, though, right? Oh, yeah. And then, like, the classic, oh, I forgot it. Oh, I forgot it at your house. Oh, I forgot my toothbrush at your place. Oh, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. It's just a toothbrush. Nope. It's not just a toothbrush, my friend. That's a landmine, and you stepped on it. It exploded in your face. You're done. It's over. You've been infiltrated. The Trojan horse is inside the fucking house now, right inside the castle, and those fuckers are ready to attack at any moment's time. And how you know the Trojan horse has been busted open, and those little soldiers are fucking taking every little ounce of what you had left, is when the pictures come off the wall and something else gets put up there. You know, it's when you start hearing little things, or like she starts cleaning your place. When she starts cleaning your place and bitching about the mess that's happening in there, oh, it's always so dirty in here. And she cleans that fucker head to toe, and you're appreciative. And all the boys are like, oh, that was great. Nope, that was a tactic. Now she's really in, because now everybody in the house appreciated what she just did. So now she got some praise. She got a little bit of praise out of everybody in the house. They're like, oh, yeah. And she's like, all that's going on there is just like some dictatorship, like finger tap. You know what I mean? Ah, these morons bought my ploy to take over this humble abode. And inside her head, she's like, "Oh yeah, no, it was nothing. It was nothing. Not in. That's her head now inside of her head. Sorry, I'm getting too excited. I'm trying to explain this in a rapid pace because you guys are like, holy shit, he's explaining exactly what happened to me. This bitch moved in. She put a toothbrush. Holy fuck, she cleaned the house. She did clean the house. She cleaned that fucker top to bottom. And we sat there like the morons we are, and thought to ourselves, wow, that was great. I've never seen this place so spotless before. Thanks, babe. Thanks, babe. Oh, and in her head, and she'd be like, you, in her head, right then, in that moment, she thinks, you fucking idiots. This is now where I take over. Your little roommates, oh, I'm going to get them out of here. Don't you worry. We're going to get a little crazy in here. I'm going to make people feel a little uncomfortable. I'm going to make them feel a little uncomfortable. And especially, I'm going to use this dickweed because I found myself a place I can see my future in. Enjoy your time, gentlemen. Enjoy your time watching sports with this fucking loser that I just locked down. I found myself a house that I can call mine in the next year and a half. It's going to take a little bit of work, but now I've planted the seed. All by cleaning this place. I look upon you morons and peasants, and before you know it, you'll be packing your shit and moving out of here. Because it's all it's going to take is a few little psychotic episodes. All I got to do is turn it on for a second and showtime. I'll have these fucking losers out of here in a year and a half. And before you know it, this place will be looking like mama's home. And it's true. These wenches move in, and then the cooking. It's the cookware starts coming in. Oh, you don't have pots and pans? Oh, Jesus, you don't have pots and pans. Yeah, and then now, like, oh, he doesn't have a bed frame. But you know what? You've been over to her house. She doesn't have a fucking bed frame either. She's got tapestry on the goddamn walls for art, and she'll sit there and criticize you for putting up an iron flag. I heard Iron Maiden flag in the goddamn living room, even though she uses tapestry as fucking as some sort of, some art piece. No, right there, that's a fucking flag that my uncle gave me from 1986, okay? Iron goddamn Maiden, number of the beast. I actually have a flag of that. That's why I'm using this as a reference, because this is something I've went through. Iron Maiden, 1986, right? Nice flag. All the boys loved it. Threw it up. They're like, hell yeah, that's awesome. We love it. And then she comes in with her little tapestry. She comes into your life. You go over to her house. You know, her room always smells good, which is nice because you're like, you stay there and it's like, oh, it smells a lot better here than my place. Even though, your place could smell like that, but that involves you having to like do shit that you don't want to do, like clean up and, I don't know, throw the pizza boxes that have been sitting on the counter for the past 3 weeks out. It'd probably smell less like rotten food if you just took the garbage out. Why would you want to do that though, right? That's way too easy. That's way too goddamn easy. And nobody in their right mind wants to fucking spend time cooking, cleaning, doing all that shit when you could just call a guy, he'll deliver the food, and then you just go to another store, you get a couple beers, and then you can sit there and do the shit that you want to do. Like play video games, watch the game, sit and bullshit with the boys, eat some Chinese food. Plus, your cooking isn't as good as the restaurants. This is where she sees another opening. She's like, oh, okay. Oh, I see you morons. All you do is, the only cooking that you do is a little barbecuing, You don't mind a good old-fashioned barbecue from time to time. And she sees this as another opportunity. She's like, I can bring a little flavor in here. Listen, if I suck his cock and fill up his stomach from time to time, he'll easily pick me over his friends. He'll easily. They're not going to fucking lick his dick. And that's where she gets you. The last is the meals. She already fucked you. She fucked you the first night you met her. She fucked you the first night you met her. You don't think she'll fuck you again? Now she's fucking for a reason. She's getting in the goddamn house. She's getting in there, and she ain't fucking leaving. Jordan Belfort. I ain't fucking leaving. Oh, but you think everything's all good in your little head. You don't see this. The Trojan horse inside the castle, you don't see this. You're slowly getting your walls chipped away at, and you're sitting there like the moron that you are, enjoying some sort of pasta recipe that you're like, you can't pronounce it, but it tastes good. She's like, oh, I made a prosciutto. It's spinach crossover linguine tangerine sauce, you know. I seen it on Pinterest. I thought I would make it for you. And it's stuffed bell peppers with goat cheese, quinoa, and this sauce that I've seen on TikTok that this girl made. So I made it, and oh, God, it's to die for. Isn't it good, babe? And you're eating shit. You like quinoa. You're like, what the fuck is quinoa? Why the hell would I ever want to eat a quinoa? What the hell is it? Is it a nut? Well, it's like a healthier rice. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like fried rice. You know? Oh, I get fried rice all the time from the Chinese guy up the road. He's got the best fried rice. No, it's not fried rice. Ew. Who would eat fried rice? That's disgusting. Well, no, we always get ginger beef, good order of ginger beef, some chicken balls with the pineapple sauce, because that's delicious, some fried rice, and some spare ribs. Or those little tiny ribs that you get. And then like whatever that little mixture is with the tiny corns. You know? We get that all the time. And we over-ordered, like I said, on Wednesday so that we have leftovers all the way to Friday. And she looks at you like, you disgusting piece of shit. So you eat Chinese food for 3 fucking days? Ugh. She's like, I think, well, that's the reason why you've been putting on weight. Yeah, I'm putting on weight. I know why I'm putting on weight, you idiot. I sit around, I do fuck all. I drink beer and eat shitty food. Of course I'm going to put on weight. I don't like exerting myself more than I have to. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shit. Life's gotten pretty easy over the past couple of fucking decades, you know? Like, life has gotten pretty easy. If I want to order food, if I want food, I can sit on my couch, open my phone, tell some idiot on an app, and I don't even have to fucking talk to him. I can just hit a few buttons, order whatever the hell I want. I can get beer delivered to my front door. Life is fucking easy. I don't got to leave. Of course I'm going to get fat. Why the hell wouldn't I? We're not in the Stone Age anymore where I got to sharpen a spear and go and try and take down a wild boar in the fucking woods. And then gotta like gut the thing, cut all the meat, hope to God it doesn't spoil or it's not fucking tainted. So I take out the whole village because of tainted meat. No, those days are done. I might get a coli because the Chinese guy up the road decided not to fucking clean out the deep fryer that day. That might be that's the risk I'm willing to take though. Because I don't want to go to the grocery store, look at a recipe, buy all the shit that I need, and then devote probably an hour and a half to cook that fucking meal when I can just, in 35 seconds, open up an app, request them to bring it to me for currency that I earned earlier in the day. By working a few hours, just doing shit I don't want to do. A few hours, okay. That's okay. And it costs less than going to buy the shit from the grocery store and trying to make the same thing just because I want it a little healthier. No, I'm good, babe. I'll get the Chinese food. Easier on the body, less mental stress. Guy's going to come to the door. He's going to hand it to me. He's going to be all cheerful because I know the driver quite well. Hey, brother, how you been? Not bad, sir, not bad. Always give him a decent tip because he's a nice guy. He actually gave me his personal, hey, need me to pick up beers for you? Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Grab a 6er for the old boy. And this took years and years to develop that relationship with that specific skip the dishes driver. And now that relationship's about to be ruined because I got to eat bell peppers with quinoa and goat's cheese inside of them. All because of that. That's thrown out the goddamn window. Because now I somehow need to eat healthier. I never wanted to in the first place. Nothing inside of me said, I think I should eat a bunch of shit I don't want to eat so I can look a way that I don't care to look. You know? Oh, don't you want to be a little healthier? No. No, I don't. I'm 30 years old. I've mailed it home already. Like, I'm not going out to impress anybody. I don't even impress myself anymore. Okay? The fuck do I care about anybody else's thoughts? Why do I give a shit what I look like at this point? My glory years are behind me. You know, the next 5 are going to be the best years of my life because I finally figured out who I am and what I want to do and how I want to live this life. I also don't give a shit about how I look and how I feel. Okay? Those days are over. I've mailed it home. You have chiseled me down to my fucking skeleton, woman. Okay? To the point where I'm too comfortable. Where if you leave, I'm fucked. All my buddies that when we were living in the glory years, they're all married and got children too now. And we're all in the same goddamn boat. Where in a perfect world, if all you women just decided to get up and leave at the same time, we would probably all just move into one another's. We'd pick a house and we'd move in together. And do it all over. Relive our youth. But we can't. Because we've gave up on ourselves. We've allowed you to tear down the walls of this humble abode. This once pussy palace. And like I said, now I'm the pussy in the palace. I've been pushed out to the garage to go sip beer secretly. Are you drinking beer out there? Fuck off. Pardon me? Dinner's ready. Oh, God. What did you make? Oh, it's this new salad. I made this new salad. It's got apricots in it. When's the last time you had apricots? And you're like, I don't even know what the fuck an apricot is. What the hell's an apricot? And who the hell puts it in a salad? You know, if I want fruit, I eat like a banana. You know, something simple. Something that I know. And I don't put it in with vegetables and all this other shit, you know? An apricot apple salad. Oh, boy. Wow. This sounds great, honey. Sounds great. This is exactly what I thought I wanted. I thought I wanted a 12-ounce steak. No. Instead, it was an apricot. I don't even know what the fucking apricot is. Well, it's dried. It's a dried apricot. Oh, a dried apricot. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. Right? And then I seen that it put at the bottom of the recipe, you can put almonds in if you want to. So there's also candied almonds in there. Oh, isn't that nice? And you're thinking, oh, yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's great. I can't wait to pretend to like this, only to go back out to the garage where I have a giant bag of beef jerky so I can like taste something that just excites my taste buds. I got a giant bag of beef jerky from my buddy who just shot a buck last week. He made some jerky from the hunting season, you know? And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to gnaw on that and just fucking mutter underneath my breath for apricot salad. Apricot fucking salad. The fuck is it? I'm going to fucking Google what the fuck is an apricot. I'm just losing it. Fucking apricot. What an idiot. Who the fucking... Meanwhile, it's your fault. You let this happen. You let this happen. You were once the king of the household. You were the party, you were the party animal that you once were, and now you're just this tame little bunny rabbit inside a cage. You were a beast before. You were an animal. You used to chug like Mickeys of Captain Morgan spiced rum. Just for a little party trick. You just... Hey! Guess who's going to get drunk and punch a hole in the wall? Guess who's gonna get drunk and punch a hole in the wall? Doo doo. You know? Those were the days, and here you are having to Google what the fucking apricot is in the garage while you sip a beer and you hear like the door open, and you're scrambling to get the beef jerky and throw it back in the toolbox. You're like, yeah, I just doing an oil change on the lawnmower. Oh, well, it's the middle of January. Oh, you never know when it's gonna stop snowing, right? Never know when the snow's going to melt and the grass is going to need a trim, honey. Prepared for the worst. You're like, well, you spend an awful lot of time out here. Yeah, it's quiet. It's quiet. Well, why don't you come in and let's watch a movie together? I just seen one on Netflix. And you're like, oh yeah, a little flashback. Remember when we used to watch movies? We'd put on something stupid like Talladega Nights and get about 15 minutes in. And the next thing you know, she's riding me like Seabiscuit. Oh, yeah. Okay, I could do this. You get back in, you shower, you come back out, you're ready to watch a movie, and she goes, I just seen this one. And it's like some obscure, dumb romance, not fucking, I don't know. I don't even know what movies chicks watch. Do chicks still watch rom-coms? You know, it's like some dumb rom-coms from it's a stupid... I don't know, like what was that one where the Notebook, you know what I mean? Like you got to sit through the Notebook. It's an hour and a half long of just sappy horse shit, and you got to sit through that, and you're just thinking like, okay, at any moment, I hope she just reaches over and gives the knob a fucking squeeze, and then that signals go time. But no, she's really into the movie. She hasn't watched it since 2005 when she was 15 years old. You know, it was a great movie. She pictured her life being like that. Some guy coming in and sweeping her off her feet and then, sticking to the end and reading. And trust me, every dude has been put through this scenario where you ended up watching a movie that you didn't want to watch, one that sucks like the Notebook, but you got to compromise. You get it. As you get older, compromise is just you dealing with whatever she wants to do, right? Oh, let's go to the mall. Oh, okay, yeah, no, great. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. Go to the mall, and I'll go into the sports memorabilia store, see if I can get a new pitcher for the bar downstairs. But you never do get to the fucking sports memorabilia store because she's fucking rinsed by the time, absolutely rinsed the wallet before you even can get over there. Any smart man keeps a separate bank account. Just saying. That's all. Some of you are going through this. Some of you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You young bucks out there, I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming, and it's coming full force. Be prepared. Be prepared. The moment you see the toothbrush, you hear that like, that's the toothbrush just drop it into that cup. Here it is for the listeners. I'm gonna give you that sound. I'm gonna give you. Oh, hold on. Shit. Here we go. You ready for this? Right? You've heard that sound before. A lot of you just got Vietnam flashbacks. You're like, holy shit. Fucking lavender scent. Jesus Christ. I'm getting this must be a fire drill. Must be a fire drill happening right now. Lavender, where the fuck did the scent of that sound right there just triggered, like, your brain, you when you hear a sound, you can hear, like, sometimes you can smell a smell that isn't even there. Right there, the scent of lavender just hit the nostrils, and you're like, Jesus Christ, where is she? What the fuck? I'm at work right now. Why the hell am I ducking? What the fuck was this? Jesus. And that's right there just a Vietnam flashback of the first time that toothbrush dropped in that fucking cup in your goddamn ensuite. And you're losing your mind right now. You're thinking to yourself, son of a bitch. She won. 6 years of my fucking life. It was a war. But she completed it. She went into Iraq, wiped out ISIS, and came right the fuck back home. And that home is now hers. She now owns the oil fields. I'm secluded. Like I said, I've been pushed out. I've been pushed into this little area in that goddamn house. And I just I put all my cool shit up there. The stuff that I've kept over the years, the sports memorabilia, the oh, you know, the movie posters that you thought that were rad as shit. And she sits there and she just makes fun of it until you feel like insecure about those hanging on the wall. Even though her place is no better, like it's kind of gay. Like I got a fake plant. Look at that. I got a fake plant in here because I'm a dude. And I thought it looked hilarious to sit back here. I never in my life would be sitting in here watering that thing. Of course it's fake. Do you think I would put any time of my life into fucking ensuring that this son of a bitch right here is living in this office, in this dumb podcast room? For those listening, there is a fake tree in here. If you're watching on YouTube, you know exactly what I'm talking about because you make fun of me for having it in here. And I love the fact that you make fun of me for having it in here. It's meant to be made fun of. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like a ironic... I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just a stupid item to have in here. And it fills up the room a little bit. You know? You know exactly what I'm talking about yet? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? There's a lot of things coming back to you as we're sitting here talking about this shit. As your brain is recollecting all the little memories of like the little wars and the little battles that you've lost to get to the point where you're at today. And you tried standing your ground. You know, and and little things like that, like her subtly making fun of you for having a poster of Bad Boys 2 in the hallway, you know. And it's funny to you because you stole it from the video rental store back in the day. And you've had it for a long fucking time. It's funny to you. Yeah, that's right. We didn't go on Netflix back in the day. We went to the movie store and we rented movies. And you, my friend, you used to be able to get free movie posters. They would put them in the bin and they'd just be like, yeah, take them, get rid of them. Ours anyways. Or you could request, hey man, can I get that one? Like the Scream one was a huge one to get your hands on. If you got yourself a Scream movie poster, you were laughing, buddy. You were laughing. And you hung that up with pride. Usually your house has a lot of shit of just stolen things. Stop signs, pylons. Fuck, what else? Oh, yeah, just random garden gnomes that you stole over the years. All sorts of shit. Shit you don't need, but it's hilarious because like every fucking weekend you're hammered and something new pops up. Some sort of decoration in the house, and those are slowly getting moved out. She slowly makes digs and be like, why the hell would you have a garden gnome? Why the hell you got a Bad Boys 2 poster? Blah, blah, blah. Even though you go over to her house and it's like stupid arts and crafts that she did, you know? Stupid arts and crafts that she did with her roommates and be like, that is gay. That is gay. You guys sat there and did, you painted. You went to paint night and you guys all painted and added yourself a couple glasses of wine. Now you hang it up in your hallway like you two, like the three of you are fucking Picasso. No guy's ever gonna do that. No, we steal our decor and we hang it up on the walls. Oh, we went to paint night and pretended to paint an owl. They showed us how to paint an owl, and then me, Krista, and Serena, I'll hung our paintings in our hallway. Isn't that cute? No, it's not. It's stupid. Don't ever drag me to a paint night. I'm telling you right now, you drag me to a paint night, it's going to get ugly. It's going to get real ugly. You thought your showtime was good. Wait till my showtime rolls around. I will snap. I will zip that thing out onto the freeway if you ever drag me to one of these stupid fucking paint nights. Can you imagine that? Imagine the kind of guy that gets sucked into that. Huh? Imagine that guy. That is a level of defeat. You know, you thought you were defeated by allowing her to come in and change the decorations around the house, having a toothbrush in the cup. I know I'm repeating myself, and I always, there's like one guy that before, there's like, you just repeat the same joke over and over again because I'm trying to beat it into your dumb skull. You morons. Oh, you said the same thing over again. Yeah, and you still haven't fucking learned, have you? Here you are still, you just keep repeating yourself over and over and over again, and you think you're funny doing it. No, you moron, I'm trying to teach you a life lesson. A life lesson that you just didn't learn. You sat there and you just let these things unfold right in front of your goddamn eyes week after week, day after day, until your whole fucking household was taken over. And you keep repeating yourself. I have to, because idiots like you don't learn. Morons like yourself just can't quite grab onto a fucking thought. A little idea in the air, a little scenario playing out. So I have to explain it over and over and over again, because deadbeats like yourself, the one that I don't know who this guy was, but he's like, you're repeating yourself way too much and thinking that it's funny. It's not funny. These are life lessons, you moron. Now grab a book, take some notes. Take some notes. Write some notes down. Go back. Keynotes. Is that what I need to do next? Do I need to start writing keynotes so some of you dickheads out there can wrap your mind around what's happening? Yeah, it slowly unfolds until the point where she's got what she wants, and you are in a sexless marriage with 3 children, and you just beg for any sort of silence. You take 35-minute shits so that way you can, you can just scroll Twitter with the, you're on your phone again. You don't have to hear that. Dad, 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 Dad. You just want to read some sports highlights. Hell, you might even just, I don't know, maybe you just want to watch a YouTube video of a redneck guy turning a barbecue into, I don't know. He's going to put 500 pounds of tannerite into a barbecue and blow that motherfucker to the moon. And it's an 8-minute video, and you just want to watch that. You want to watch 5 of them. So you sit in the shitter for 45 fucking minutes just so you can soak in all this content. All that content that you just want to watch uninterrupted, by the way, I might add, because if you're sitting there, you pull out the phone. Oh, you're sitting on your phone? You don't want to hang out with me? No, I don't want to sit here in silence with you while we both watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's not fucking hanging out, because I'm not having a good time. You're having a good time. You're watching your show. So I'm going to watch some shit that I want to watch, and we're going to sit here in silence to fuck together. Oh, you don't want to hang out with me? You don't want to talk to me? No, I don't. I don't want to talk to you. And that's what your house is like. I'm describing a few lives right now. And that's in earlier episodes, that's why I say that's why dude trips are important, so you can get out that frustration, skull fuck a hooker behind a goddamn dumpster, relive a little bit of your youth. You go out and you get absolutely smashed with your bros. You need that. You need that decompression in your life, You need that adrenaline dump is what it is. It's the adrenaline that you miss that that just keeps you level-headed. It keeps you focusing on a goal, and it keeps you from Chris Benoit and the family. It honestly does, because you have lost everything right down to the house. It smells like scents that you don't even, like I said, you don't even know the name of them. You don't even know the name of the foods that you eat anymore. You just don't know anything. You're just a lost soul swimming around that goddamn house trying to figure out where the fucking towels are. You just throw them in the fucking, there was one closet in the hallway and nobody folded them. Clean ones just got thrown in there. Grab a towel if you need it. And we washed them maybe once, twice a month. It depends if we ran out. And if somebody got a little ambitious on a Sunday and threw some towels in the wash, and hope to God he didn't pass out on the couch and forget to throw them in the dryer, And that's how towels got cleaned around there. Now you don't even know where they are. You don't have a clue where they are. She's got them in places that you didn't even know existed in that house. You got to ask, honey, where's the towels? Oh, well, I thought I would put them in our closet. They're hanging in our closet. Don't you remember? Don't you remember? We both sat there. We folded towels together, and then we put them. No, usually at that moment in time, I'm thinking of times when I was happy, when I didn't have to fold towels. When my bed had 2 pillows, not 19. And there wasn't a bonsai tree in my kitchen window. I'm trying to think of those days. I'm trying to think of like the days when I came home and the welcome mat was just a middle finger. Now it's like, this house is filled with love and precious hearts. And you're like, fucking, I don't know why you used plural on hearts. Jesus, you know. And it's tough living. It's tough living. It's a defeating factor. And like I said, the last thing to always go is the liquor bottles on top of the cupboard. You know, that's the last thing to go. Then, like, she knows it. She knows damn well. And once I get those liquor bottles off that fucking cupboard and into the recycling, I've won. That's basically a man waving his white flag and saying, I surrender. Is the moment he allows her to crawl on top of the fucking counters, get up there above the cupboards, and to take that 40-pounder of Royal Reserve and throw it right into the recycling. And she gets a weird, like an empowerment feel, like a feeling of empowerment when she takes those bottles to the fucking, you know, the bottle depot. And when she gets that 40 cents from that one specific bottle that was sitting on top of that cupboard, she gets this feeling, this sensation of winning that she's never felt before. She now has you eating out of her palm. She can do whatever she wants to you. Mentally just drag you through the mud. She now knows the playbook. She's figured it out. Once that bottle has passed and thrown into the group of other bottles, that thing is bye-bye. And she gets handed that $5.48 from the last of the bottles that were laying around all around the house because she cleaned them up, threw them all in a bag, took them down, and she's like, I'm keeping this money. Fair enough. You cleaned the house. That's all good. And that $5.48 right there that she just made just cost you a lifetime of fucking mortgages. You know, you allowed her to make $5.48. She made a lot more that day. She made a lot more. She gained assets, and a lot of them. A lot of them. She just gained a 4-bedroom house. All right? She just gained, you know, access to the kingdom and didn't have to put that much effort in, you know? It did not have to put that much effort in. It's a sad feeling. It's a sad feeling. Like right now, you're probably looking a little depressed listening to this episode, and I'm sorry, guys, but it's reality. It's just a little good old-fashioned reality check that you needed to go through, and for you to understand that you lost the war. All right, gentlemen? But there's little things that, you know, you win a battle here from time to time. It's like that one word that every woman cringes at when she hears it. There's one word that every woman on this planet over the age of 26 years old, when she hears it, she just thinks to herself, oh God, no, this isn't happening. And that word is stag. When she hears the word stag, she knows what happens there. And you swear an oath to that group of men before going on said stag that nothing, and I repeat, nothing that happens here will be repeated to the ears of my significant other, my wife, my girlfriend, my fiance will not know a single thing that has happened on this stag. Do you understand me, gentlemen? We are swearing a blood oath today. It's an unwritten rule. And she knows when she hears the word stag, it is a shiver down her spine. It reminds her of those days before she moved into your house and started, you know, picking all those little items. You know, oh, what's that? Oh, your Robert De Niro Goodfellas poster? Gonna take that down. Those days start fucking flashing inside of her mind because it was like, I put all this work in to infiltrate this man's house, make it a part of our life. It's our life now. And when she hears stag, she knows that you're getting together with those group of men that think the same, act the same. You probably lived with them for a little bit. They've got the same mannerisms. And you animals are all getting together and letting the fucking tigers out of the cage into the wild. And God knows what's going to happen. She knows that it's going to get out of control, but she tries to just suppress those feelings of what you may get up to. Those thoughts. She's building and she's just building this argument for when you come home to see if you slip. To see if you slip. How was the stag? It was good. What'd you guys do? Golf 4 rounds? And in your head, when you said golf 4 rounds, every memory. Coke, hookers, strippers. Oh, I am blackout drunk. 12 p.m. on the Friday. First day in, I am college drunk. As a 32-year-old man, I am college drunk, having the time of my life. Oh, make sure you text me every day. That ain't happening. I ain't texting you every day. I'm going to live my fucking life. Oh, make sure you text me every day. Not doing that. Not going to ruin my day. Not going to ruin my day because I'm hammered saying, I babe, I miss your tits. And, oh, really? That's all you miss? That's all you miss right now? That word right there will send a woman into a frenzy. Stag. And it's just like stag, 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 stag. It echoes through her brain. It just like her cerebellum just ringing. Stag, 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 stag. Because she knows when men get together and they can act like dudes. When dudes get together and can act like children is when you should be really worried. You know, every wife, every girlfriend, every fiance knows that there's one guy, right? There is one guy in your friend group. She puts on a fake front and pretends to like she'll get along with them. She tries. She tries. But she does not trust you with him one fucking bit. And he's on that stag. Things are about to get a little weird. Things are about to get a little wild. The last time you did Molly was with this guy. And you best believe he's bringing it. You best believe he's bringing the best time ever to this fucking stag. And she's worried. She's worried you might fall back into that old way. You know what I mean? Might get a little taste of the old way. Even though you're not like that. You're like, I just need to let the beast out. I need to let this demon just go for a little gallop. That's all. But in her head, this is you going back to your old ways. And you're like, no, I just need 3 days. And I'll be good for fucking another 3 years. 3 days of complete debauchery, drugs, liquor, women, whatever it is. And then I bottle all that up inside. I tuck it down to a piece of my body where I never want to talk about it, think about it, or bring it up. Unless it's only those gentlemen that were on that stag. And that's what you do. That's what you do as a dude. You don't allow these stories to seep out into the public. No, it has to stay inside that friend circle, because if it does seep out into the public and people start talking, people start putting in their own little sugars and spices into it. Oh, well, I heard. Next thing you know, the story's so blown out of proportion, and when she hears it, she believes every fucking word that was said. Somehow, you blew coke out of a straw into a hooker's ass while getting your dick sucked by 2 of them at the same time. It cost you $1,000 and it was worth every penny. Even though that story could be boiled down, the only thing that was false about that story was you blowing the coke in this hooker's ass, and it was actually up your nose. There's 3 of them, cost you $750, not $1,000. Okay, there's some lies inside of this little tale that you heard. But you can't say that. You got to be like, no, what the fuck? How the hell? I don't even know how to get a hooker. You know damn well how to get a hooker. But she doesn't need to know that. Oh, well, what about a hooker? And she might test you. In the future, she might test you and she'd be like, oh, well, maybe we should have a threesome. We should just get a hooker. It'd be easier. You know where to get one? And you'd be like, yeah, leolist.com. Oh, I thought you didn't know where to get a hooker. Oh, shit. Well, looks like I'm never going on a stag again. And there you have it. And that right there is the decline. Is the decline. I hope I fucking explained this well. I should elaborate a little more on the stag part. I feel like there's a lot of content to be had right there inside stags. The rules of stags. I feel like there's some content to be had there. All right, gentlemen. I appreciate you tuning in. This podcast keeps growing week to week to week, and it's all because of you. More downloads. I had the most downloaded day ever in Uncle Hack podcast history. There was 2,015 downloads in one day. That's crazy to me. I thank you guys so much. I feel like the podcast is getting a little better every week. We found our lane. We're talking about dude shit that you're going through, things that happened in the past, things that might happen in the future. Young men go through it. Middle-aged men and older men have already went through it. You know, you can sit there and talk about the things that your dad went through when he was in his adolescence, the things that you're going through right now as a 30-year-old. Are different from when you were 22. You've changed, you've grown, you've turned into a different man, and that's okay. You should embrace it and feel all right. Don't let these females try and tell you how to be a man. You be a man how you think you're a man, okay? Fuck those bitches. We don't need feminists trying to tell us what's toxic and what's not. Go out there, grab your fucking big cock. I know it's little, but just say it's big because we need a confidence boost here. Give that junk a fucking grab right now. You feel that? You feel those plums in your hand? Those are yours, buddy. Those are yours. Give them a little fucking tug. Give them a little tug. Is that your dick? Is that your big old hog, baby? Hell yeah, it is. Now go out there and be the man that you were meant to be. All right? Wake up. Get motivated. Fucking provide for your family, you know? Have a few too many drinks on a Tuesday night. That's what it is. That's what it is to be, that's what it's like to be a dude, okay? You're allowed to make mistakes. Don't let them keep you down, boys. Don't let them keep you down. You're all right. Everything's going to work out. Just be positive. Just keep on trucking. Life's all right, baby. Life's all right. That's life as a dude is the best life you can fucking have. And I'm feeling like more and more dudes are coming to this podcast. You know, we're getting a little more motivated around here. We're talking about the real shit. The shit that guys actually go through. No fucking woman knows what you go through as a man. So don't sit there and listen to their bullshit. Oh, well, to be a man, why don't you be a woman, okay? Why don't you be a woman, okay? Gender equality. Yeah, you know what? What about the WNBA? What about a slam dunk? You ever heard of that? That's why I don't pay to go watch that shit. They're like, oh, what about female hockey? Well, the Canadian women's team, who have been like dominant for how many years, winning gold medal after gold medal, lost to a 15-year-old boys team. So, okay, that's the reason I don't want to watch that shit. There's no hitting. There's no hitting in professional women's hockey. Why the fuck do I want? I don't even want to watch hockey right now. It's boring. With no crowd there, it's like a fucking Tuesday skate. It's a Tuesday skate. I don't want to watch that shit. But don't listen to those broads trying to tell you how to be a man, okay? They don't know. They don't have a fucking clue what you go through, and I do, because I'm not a man. I'll be honest. I'm a dude. And we dudes go through different shit. We got different lives, but we all are cut from the same cloth. We all talk about the same shit. We all feel the same shit. We just our paths are just slightly different. And that's all. And I hope you guys are having a great week. Keep on keeping on, man. And enjoy yourself out there.